Alright, man, I gotta shoot the video a little different today because, man, crunch for time. I'm volunteering for the kids. So, my little routine a little bit different. It's totally different, dude. I mean, I slept like 12, 13 hours after I volunteered yesterday. I ain't never slept that hard. Them kids wore me out. But yeah, man, I seen this, man, going around that Dubois was having a kickback. His father reportedly was having a kickback at the crib before the fight. I mean, you've heard stories, you know, to this accord, but hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, hit the link tree. I updated the Patreon for over the weekend from, I think, last Wednesday to this weekend. I will be getting to the Bud Canelo prediction pretty soon. I don't know if I do a film breakdown after or before. So I should, you know, I don't know if I'll volunteer tomorrow. I might go back to work tomorrow. But all that should be coming, right? So remember Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler. There was two, I think it was both fights. I think it was two controversies around that fight. I think it was him getting his legs massaged before the fight, and I mean, I think it was the Hagler fight. Emmanuel Stewart was like, you know, he caught somebody massaging his legs before the fight. And, you know, massaging the legs, he said, puts the body in a relaxed state. That's why when you go get like massages, don't go get like a massage in and get into the infrared sauna. That's why when you get into massages, you want to go to sleep afterwards. So yeah, you want to go to sleep afterwards. So and then also there was rumors that he was at the crap table the night before the Hagler fight. And everybody's different. You know, some people need to turn up. You know, some people need to get out and turn up to perform well. Dennis Rodman was one of those guys that liked to turn up to unwind. He didn't like to be tight. Deion Sanders, when he went to the 49ers and Steve Young was trying to get that Super Bowl, you know, he was like dancing, and they was dancing and getting loose. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, Jerry was so uptight, but he got the team loose. You know, so you have different varieties of people do different things. Some people like to be focused. Some people like to take a nap. Some people like to meditate. I want to say it was another one. You know, well, Adrian Broner was saying that, you know, Keith Thurman was at the crap table the night before he fought Pacquiao, and you know, these niggas take shit personal. You know, Keith Thurman kept it a bean about Broner's performance about Pacquiao, and like I said, a lot of these boxers, you know, they always got their fucking panties in a bunch. They can't take no criticism. That's why you see a lot of these YouTubers, they scared to speak their mind. See, if they don't like a particular guy, like Bill can continue to come on niggas' channels, and Bill don't take it personal. But a lot of these guys, they take it personal. If you say something bad or you critique them or they feel like you joked on them too much, they'll act like a baby back bitch, right? And that's just what it is, right? But yeah, I mean, I feel like you've had these stories before, and everybody's different. I mean, think about the night before Wilfredo Benitez. I forget which fight it was. I might want to say it was a Sugar Ray Leonard fight. They had to like stay up and guard that man. They had to guard the windows, the doors, because he was a alleged crackhead. He was an alleged crackhead. He had a drug problem, so they had to guard the doors so he wouldn't leave in the middle of the night, so they could make sure he would come to fight night. That's crazy. So I've heard these things before. No, you heard similar stories, but you know, hold on, Miles was walking away. This dude be doing what he want to do. As soon as I grab this phone, he do it. He already know what time it is. But yeah, I mean, they had a kickback and they was partying at the crib, and Dubois was there smiling, and you know, these ninjas record everything, and it ain't no excuse. It ain't no excuse. You know, his dad, seemed to be a very respectable man. He had a younger brother. I don't know how old he is now, but the sister is boxing. I read nothing to it. They knew how important this fight was. And then on top of this, when you lose in the manner they lost in, which most people think he quit, which, like I said, most people get smacked in the fight and they gonna flight. The average man gets smacked in the fight in the world. I guarantee you it, they gonna flight. It's gonna be flight. So really those guys that's been in that scenario, that's got smacked before, got punched before in a fight, that took flight, they really can't criticize. And I think if you ain't really been in that ring, even if you've been in that ring, I feel like you can't, unless you've been in that scenario, I feel like you can't say nothing. I feel like unless you've been in that scenario, I feel like you shouldn't even give your 2 cents. Because a lot of these fighters like Billy Ho Saunders, he had a lot to say. About Dan Dubois and Joe Joyce, and he turned around in the same scenario versus Canelo, and he found a way out. So really, unless you've been in that scenario, and you've been a guy like Edison Miranda, Muhammad Ali, who fought with broken jaws, or Nayu Inoue, who fought with a broken orbital bone, I don't really feel like you're qualified in general to say somebody quit. But once you have a performance like that, people start to take a deep dive into your resume. People started to take a deep dive into your resume, and they like, okay, oh, this dude goes social media. Had he won, or had he went out on the Shield, respectable, it probably wouldn't even have been the topic of conversation, especially if he would have won. But it just shows, adults have negligence too. Adults do stupid shit too. And then again, who knows? Maybe there's something that he done for the past so many fights. Who knows? It just became a thing on how he lost. But honestly, when you getting prepared, the average person's getting prepared for an event, you really go into a zone. You really visualizing how it's about to go. I'm seeing guys, take their head against their football helmet and bash it against their football helmet. Hold on. Come here. Bash it against their football helmet. I done seen guys hit their head against the locker, turn up, get loud music to get amped up. You've seen a lot of different things. But a whole kickback before the fight, but he was on the road, that wouldn't happen. If he was OT, that wouldn't happen. Or Saudi Arabia, but teach his own. But when you lose, even if it's been a routine you've been doing for, 55,000 years, when you lose, everybody's going to be meticulous about what you did lead them to fight. Everybody going to be a critic. Everybody going to have something to say. Oh man, he's stupid, man. I would never, like, come on now. You couldn't even get that far. So, me personally, they ain't got nothing to do with why he lost. Did he do it the first fight? Because if he didn't do it the first fight, what does mean he didn't do it? I mean, still lost. So, just like when they find a chink in your armor, it's like Michael Jordan. They start seeing that he wasn't a goody two shoes, and they just had to tear him down. That's human nature. They love to root for the underdog, and when you become the top dog, they love to rip you down. Y'all don't ever notice that about especially American society, and I'm pretty sure it's the same way in the UK. You know, you'll come from the trenches, you'll be the underdog, and when you be the top dog, everybody want to see you lose. You know how hard it is to focus against negative energy in this world? When negative energy is against you, how hard it is to focus? It's hard. But that's how I go, man. Hit the link tree. Follow me everywhere. X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. Appreciate y'all for blessing me with the opportunity to speak to y'all. Hit the link tree. One time for the one time. Goodfellas TV. Peace.